What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to the channel with some Friday Dungeon Defenders news. We got news for DDA and for DD2 today, and there will be full timestamps all the way through the video, so if there's any particular part that you are anxious to see, feel free to jump ahead using the chapters or the timestamps below. Now, first things first, the Dungeon Defenders Awakened PTR, or Public Test Realm, for the next update has been updated. It just got updated a little while ago as of the time of recording this video, and it's got a few changes. Now, today on Chromatic's Friday stream, they did mention that this will be the last update to the PTR, so assuming after they do some final passes and get some feedback from this update, we should be getting that update to Dungeon Defenders Awaken relatively soon. Of course, we don't know any times or days quite yet, but it's getting close, so that is about all we know. Now, running through the changes on the PTR here, the Squire's Shield Throw, which, in my opinion, was just a pretty dang awesome addition to the game, got a little buff. The damage on it got increased from 300% weapon damage up to 350% weapon damage, so it did get a little bit of a damage buff. Now, additionally, the AoE explosion on the bowling ball towers got a buff as well. This AoE explosion size actually got doubled, so it should make the bowling ball towers a little bit more effective, as that explosion radius is just going to be hitting tons and tons of mobs with that explosion area of effect doubled. Now, additionally, we've got the tests, of course, and the test of the Lichen King is the new one for this one. This one, the rewards previously weren't in it, however, they are in-game now. So, of course, there's 3 different difficulties of this new test, Test 1, Test 2, and Test 3. And the cosmetics that you will unlock for these items are now in-game. So for completing Test 1, you will get the Raven Lord's wings. They look pretty good. Of course, this is a wing favorite from Dungeon Defenders 2, of course, and these look like an awesome addition to Dungeon Defenders Awaken. For completing Test 2, you get the Crystalline Raven Lord's wings. Those are looking quite shiny as well. And then for test number 3, you'll get the Rifted Raven Lord's wings, and these have that rifted texture on them and look quite nice, no doubt about it. Now, there was some bug fixes, and the full link, or the full patch notes for everything that was in the PTR update will be down in the description below. Make sure you head on over there and check them out. Now, Chromatic also did tease that we will be getting some reveals for the Episode 2 update, which will actually be the content update for Dungeon Defenders Awaken soon. We don't know when. It'll be sometime in the coming weeks. And then also they dropped the teaser that there would be a login reward event for the Halloween season in Dungeon Defenders Awaken. So there will be a timed exclusive cosmetic that you will pick up just for logging into the game. And heading right on over to the Dungeon Defenders 2 side of things. Now, first off, I just wanted to say thank you very much to Chromatic for providing me access to the build here where I could record this video, so thanks an absolute ton. Now, the first thing you will notice right away is the tavern theme has changed over to the Halloween theme. This is true for the town as well, so Halloween is coming to Etheria. With that in mind, another returning fan favorite is the Burning Souls pack. The Burning Souls pack, of course, includes costumes, Halloween-themed costumes, for the 4 original heroes. So you will be able to get that Burning Souls pack again on Steam, Xbox, and PlayStation. Now, in addition to the Burning Souls pack, there's going to be a whole lot of cosmetics coming in this particular update. Let's take a look at one of the new flare sets. So we'll go back to a vanilla-looking OG monk, and we are going to be getting the Tundraken set. We have got a headpiece here. We have got some wings. Let me find them here. There is the wings, and then we also have a big old tail. So that is the Tundraken set for Dungeon Defenders 2, it's very dino-ish. The wings look super cool. I think they did a great job with these. It is a very nice cosmetic set, of course. Now, these will be available right from the Emporium. Now, in addition to the new Flare set, there's going to be a whole lot of costume additions. So we will peek through and take a look at these. Now, first off, there's going to be 2 new bundles, or 2 new sets. The first one is going to be Halloween themed, starting off with an undead costume for the Abyss Lord, the Cursed Lord. Here is a look at that one. Then we've got the Zombie Mancer. So the Lava Mancer is getting a Halloween-themed costume here as well. And then we get the Apprentice Forbidden Magic set, and here is a look at that one. Now, these 3 will also they'll be available individually. They'll also be available in a bundle for all 3 at a reduced price. And then, additionally, there's going to be a Gods and Lords themed bundle. We've got, first off, the Snake Gods Vessel. This is a costume for the Mystic and looks quite snazzy. We got the Bone Dragons Battle Gear for the Dryad. This looks pretty darn awesome as well. And then we've got the Fire Lord Adept. Now, not 100% positive on the cost. Lalta did say on the Friday stream that he believed the bundles were going to be 2,200 gems, or the individual costumes would be 800 gems apiece. But these 3 individual costumes, for the Mystic, the Dryad, and the Adept, will be all available in a second bundle for 2,200 gems. Now, speaking of the Adept, we're getting an old fan favorite returning for the game. For those that haven't played since the beginning, the Flamethrower Tower was not originally a Flamethrower Tower. That was a skill sphere that you could add to your towers in an old system. The original Flame Tower for Dungeon Defenders 2 was the Flameburst Tower, as found in Dungeon Defenders 1 and in Dungeon Defenders Awakened. Now, this is a pretty awesome defense. Definitely super stoked to see this returning to the game. And this is now going to be the Adept's default Flame Tower. So, Flamethrowers on the Apprentice, Flame Bursts on the Adept. Now, with the return of this tower, there is also going to be a new shard that is coming along with it that they teased over on the Friday stream. Now, in addition to those tower changes, of course, we are getting us a new hero. Before we get into the hero, we're going to go through a couple of new pets. Now, there's going to be multiple pets coming. 2 of them were shown here, with a 3rd discussed. We're going to go through these towers here, and first off is going to be the Dino. The Dino has an ability that is a Jurassic Warcry, resets all hero ability cooldowns. So if you use the Dino and you've got something that's on cooldown and you go ahead and pop that ability, it is going to refresh all of the cooldowns for your heroes. Now, one of the questions that came up on the Friday stream is this going to reset all stacks for the Dryad dropping stars? And on the Friday stream, it was only resetting 1 stack. However, shortly after, it was announced in Discord that it would be resetting all stacks on the Dryad. So you're going to be able to get all your stacks back instantly by popping this pet on the Dryad. Now, in addition to the Dino, we are also going to be getting the Haunted Ship. Now, the Haunted Ship is pretty darn cool looking. It's got a really nice little cannon projectile that goes with it, and certainly pretty darn snazzy here. Now, the Haunted Ship's ability is going to be a Tidal Wave. Now, this Tidal Wave looks like it's got an absolutely insane range on it. It's going to go down and hit all of the enemies that's in its path, and additionally, it is going to drench them all. So that's going to give you that elemental combo potential using this pet. And that one is the Tsunami. It's rolling out at 3,000% hero damage in the form of water. Now, as you can see, I am already on it, and the new hero that's coming is the Mercenary. The Mercenary is another one of those returning heroes from back at the MOBA in the early life of Dungeon Defenders 2. This was actually known as the Hunter there. It was actually guessed that it was going to be a return of the Hunter in the comments, where I had guessed that that I thought it was going to be that Dark Elf Warrior mob returning as a hero. So hats off for the guesses in comments there, as it is indeed the Mercenary. Now, the Mercenary's got quite a few different, very unique skills. Taking a look for them, through them. Let's just go to the Create Hero screen where we can look at everything property. The abilities. The first ability is the Fan of Knives. Quickly spin in place, throwing knives in every direction, dealing damage to all close by. Then we're going to get the Poison Dagger Throw. Throws a line of poison daggers towards your enemies. We've got Combat Preparation. Focuses on the battle ahead that gives him an edge in battle by increasing movement speed and damage. And then we've got Sweeping Strikes. Unleash a spin move in the direction you're facing, dealing massive damage to any enemy unlucky enough to be in the path. Now, one of the things we'll note right away is the Mercenary does indeed have double jump. I think, really, double jump should be a staple to all heroes. It's just such a glorious thing. Glad to see that the Mercenary does have a double jump. But if we take a look at that first ability, the Fan of Knives, it's going to be an AoE in that area, and it works very similarly as Fan of Knives does in any other game that has a dagger stabby type hero with a Fan of Knives. So it's an AoE around the Mercenary. Now, moving over to ability number 2. I'm the most curious about this one, as it does look super cool. Now remember, this is a new hero, which also means there will be new shards to augment all of this hero's abilities. This one I am very curious about and anxious to get in and check out. Now we've got that Preparation, which that's going to give you the run speed and the damage boost. So a little bit of a self buff for the Mercenary. And then, of course, the fourth ability where we're able to charge through all of the enemies. So definitely some super fun abilities available here. But, of course, you all want to know about the towers. Well, we got what I think, in my opinion, is the best looking blockade in the game now. So, yeah, the thing just looks cool as hell. We are going to get this one down. Let's go back over to the Create Hero screen and look through these defenses. We've got the Royal Guard Blockade. Blocks enemies' attacks with a shield, dealing physical damage. Then we've got the Nether Spider Spawner. The Nether Spider Spawner was teased, of course, on Twitter, and this one is going to run out. It acts very similarly to, say, the Slimes in DD2 now on the Dryad, or, say, the Shroomy Pit in DDA on the Warden. Now, this, I think, is going to be my favorite defense, and that is the Nether Archer. Fires bolts of dark energy that bounce between enemies, dealing less damage after each bounce. And then we've got the Elvish Artillery Cannon. Fires a chaotic ball of energy, dealing area of effect storm damage. Let's take a look at these defenses up close. Now, of course, I mentioned the Blockade. I think it looks absolutely cool as hell, but it's a blockade. So I'm just going to go ahead and move right on to the next item. And that is the Spider Spawner. So as I mentioned, this is going to kind of act very similar to like the Shroomy Pit from in DDA or the current Slimes from the Dryad. They teased a shard that would add a little bit of crowd control in, so you could use this on lanes to get yourself a little bit more CC. And that certainly looks pretty cool. However, the defense that I am really stoked about is this Nether Archer. The Nether Archer just looks absolutely incredible. Now, of course, for the purposes of this video, I've got none of the gear. I've got nothing sharded. I've got nothing modded. So we are just looking at the raw abilities themselves. Now, this one, of course, is going to be bouncing between multiple targets. And it appears it's hitting 3 targets there. Now, once again, they tease the shards. As new hero and new tower, there's going to be new shards. The shard for this one is going to make that bounce a whole bunch of additional times. and you're going to be able to create just quite the beast mode of bouncing projectiles all throughout the map by using multiples of these. Now, this, of course, is completely uncharted, and you see it is still bouncing all over the place. I'm pretty stoked to work with these, and, you know, all I've been doing in DD2 lately is spamming skellies, and skelly archers have been the way for me for literally everything in 2021. And I think my skellies are going to be getting replaced because these nether archers just look pretty darn badass. So I am looking forward to testing those. And I think, in my opinion, the probably coolest looking defense in the entire game is the Elvish Artillery Cannon. Now, this one was back at the MOBA, and I gotta say, I really do think this is the coolest looking defense in the game. In my opinion, there's just nothing better than it as far as the looks. Of course, we'll have to test it out with full shards and mods and see its effectiveness. Now, remember, this is doing the storm damage, and additionally, it will hit ground or flying mobs, so you're going to be able to get shots off at flyers with it or at ground targets. But as it mentioned in the description, this is an AoE explosion, so, you know, we're going to have to see its most effective area. It does look pretty darn cool, though, and I am super excited to play around with this one. So there it is finally revealed. The Mercenary is the newest hero coming to Dungeon Defenders 2, and we don't know when the update is dropping yet. Now, there's not a full write-up or patch notes or a full changelog. Lalta and Phil also mentioned that there would be more. It wouldn't be the items that we've covered today. There will be more things in, but they want to leave a few surprises for us. So next week, we're supposed to be getting a full rundown of everything to come in this update, and no clue as when the launch date is yet for it, but it should be soon. So considering it's Halloween themed, and, you know, Halloween is what, 9 days away now, I am assuming it's going to be here before Halloween. I think would be a pretty safe bet. And yeah, DD2 update incoming soon. So let me know what you think of the new hero for DD2, the Mercenary, down in the comments below. And as always, as soon as we get more information on either of these topics, DDA or DD2, I will be updating it and covering it right here on the channel. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see ya next time around. Take it easy.